Hello everybody, this is Heather and I am here with a video. Today I'm sharing a layout share for all the layouts that I created in the month of June. I created these using my June stash kit where we were doing a series for Kill a Kit with Style, organized by Sarah Scraps here on YouTube. I'll link everyone who's participating down below, and you should all check out their kits and their layouts that they created this month as well. So I did use the same kit throughout the month, but I actually made a couple of these in the beginning of July because I hadn't had a lot of time to work in June, and I also added a few papers to the kit as well. So I'll show you all the layouts and then I'll show you the remains of what I have in my kit. So this one is called Happy Birthday, and it's my pup Pippin on her first birthday. I used one of the background papers from the kit, this piece of paper cut from the kit. I had a bunch of these buttons in there, so I was really excited to use up a bunch there because I don't often use buttons, so that was a fun challenge. I also used some glitter paste that I included in the kit, as well as some of these arrows. Pretty much everything here is in the kit. I even incorporated the stamp set, which I had in the kit, so that was a really fun one to do. And I journaled a bit about Pippin and her first year, and she's got this look of annoyance on her face, like, why did you put this hat on me? So I love that picture. The rest of the layouts are all Italy photos, so if you've been following me on social media, you may know that I went to Italy in April with my husband, so it was a real blast to get to scrapbook some of these photos. So this one is titled St. Peter's Basilica. You can see those small gold letters there, and these larger gold thickers. Both sets were in the kit. I had some of these flare badges from Wild Whisper in the kit. This background paper was there, this sticker sentiment, clear sticker, as well as this, as well as all the papers. So all the supplies were in the kit, I guess. And this is a journaling tag from our Wild Whisper Out and About collection. So that's where these yellow pops come from. And this little image I cut from some of the Wild Whisper paper as well, so that's a fun one. Anyways, this card is from Out and About, and I just journaled on there, and it slides behind the photo. So that's a great way to include journaling if you don't have a designated spot on your page or you don't want to clutter the page. I do that on one other layout in this collection as well. Here is another one of Italy, and this one I have a process video for, so I'll link that below, but I'll give you a little overview. This yellow paper I did add to the kit for this layout because I really wanted to include the yellow in this layout as I had it on a few others, and it was sort of joining the layouts together. I used Emerald Creek embossing powder on these letters. I love that. And I love these rubber pieces that I put in the kit. And this is my lettering here. I really like this one. It's a super simple page. One of my goals too for the travel album is always to include multiple photos. So I think all the pages have 2 or more photos. This one's got 3, and I like having these photos that will sort of grid together nicely. So I have a 4x4 square, 2 4x6s, and then this card from the More Adventures collection from Wild Whisper is 4x4 as well, so it makes the perfect grid. And then I included a few embellishments. Some are from Wild Whisper, cut out of paper, and some are things that I had in the kit as well. So I like that one. I also used stamping here, so that was a fun addition. This page, sorry for the shadow. The sun is setting here, and it's really quite So this one I wasn't quite sure if I was liking it, but then once it started coming along, I do really like how it turned out. So I used the stamp set, 2 Wild Whisper stamp sets here, actually 3, because this sentiment is from the new Lake Life collection from Wild Whisper. This one is from the More Adventures collection, and then these little wood stump stamps on the top and the bottom are from the Adventure collection. So that's a really fun addition to the layout, and I like how that turned out. I stamped these with Tim Holtz oxide ink, so it stood out really nice on that pattern paper. I also added some splattering in a similar color of Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I love that as well. I fussy cut these little mermaid tail flowers from the pattern paper here, so this coordinates perfectly, and this pattern paper is just black and white, but I used my water brush and the oxide ink to add this sort of blue wash of color. This globe is from the Out and About collection. I love that, and I just really like how this one turned out. I think these puffy stickers are Freckled Fawn, and they're so rubbery and just puffy. I love them, and I love the photos, so I do really like how this one turned out. Next is this one. I shared this on Instagram a couple days ago, and I added, no, this was actually part of the original kit. I did add this background of the wood paper, and I think that was the only addition for this one. But for this one, this was all from the kit as well, except a couple of these little embellishments. I did add some more embellishments. I cut that sentiment from one of the cards in the pattern paper Out and About kit. This is a pattern paper from Out and About, and the background paper is a Studio Calico one. I love these photos. Here I'm mailing a postcard in Vatican City, and here is my husband and I right up at the top near the dome of the St. Peter's Basilica, so that was really cute. And I like how these embellishment clusters turned out. My embellishment clusters are often very similar. You'll see that I use the Nuvo drops quite a lot, and splatters and sequins with a few embellishments, so that's my go-to. I did use these orange Nuvo drops that I included in the kit on quite a few pages, so I was quite happy with that. There's that one. This layout has the orange and another spread coming up as well. This spread has the orange. So this is actually a double page spread. It almost fits on screen. So this one has all Colosseum photos. So I did the title on the left hand side as if you're reading a book, so because you start at the left side. So I don't know, it just made sense to me anyways. And I did the title on 3 lines because it was a long word and I had this tall narrow spot, so that worked out well. These are actually the white thickers I included in my kit, but I used a orange Copic marker and colored them, so that's a really fun way to alter your letters. And you could also do this technique with what's it called? Alcohol ink, so anything alcohol based would work, but I like the sort of color variation they have. It's hard to see on camera, but. And again, with my embellishment clusters, these puffy stickers and arrows were in my kit. I did the same stamp again, and the Nuvo drops and splatters. Did some washi as well. This page has this as a pocket, so I did all my journaling in here because I had quite a lot to say about the Colosseum. This is some interesting info. If you'd like to pause it and read that, you can. It's just some cool info that we learned about the Colosseum from our guide that we were on a tour with. And then on this side, this card is from Out and About as well, and some more photos of the Colosseum. So just really fun. I added these 2 strips to go across both pages just for continuity, and I stitched along them as well and ruffled up the edges a little bit. So those are my layouts from the June stash kit. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layouts total, so I'm quite proud of that. I haven't done this much scrapbooking in a long time. I just don't have the time lately, so I was really happy to get this all done. 4 of these pages, though, I did do in one day in July, so I didn't do these all in June, as I said at the beginning, but that's okay. I got them done, and I think I'll continue using my stash kit as inspiration and continue adding a few things to it, just because it's a great way to jumpstart, and it already coordinates with my Italy pages that I've done so far, so might as well keep up with that. I will now show you what I have left. So I was quite pleased with the amount of paper that I used up, which doing 8 layouts will use paper, so that's good. But I added some extra papers as well, so I'll show you what was originally here and what I added. These were original. I didn't get to use these couple squares. I did use part of this square on a layout just for the yellow background, but I saved this to fussy cut out. I've got quite a few branding strips, mostly Studio Calico striped ones, a couple other ones, and I used the Nuvo drops quite a lot, so I'm happy with that. I didn't use this washi very much apart from securing threads on the back, but I used some. I used this on 1 or 2 layouts, so I was happy with that. This is the Bow Bunny glitter paste in the color Seafoam. I used these little tile letter stickers for a few titles, so that's nice, and I love them, so of course I wasn't trying to use them up. I did use the sequins on a couple pages, and I used almost all of the buttons. I still have a few left in there. This, I used almost all of the puffy stickers, so I was really excited for that. This was a new sheet, and I did make quite a dent in it as well. There's still lots left, but those are really fun to keep using. I used the stamps on quite a few pages, this stamp set as well as a couple other Wild Whisper ones. I have a couple flare badges left. These weren't in my original kit, I don't think, but I had thrown them in later, so that was fun to use those. I used these on 1 page, but again I added these mid-kit. I think I used 3 or 4 of these rubber sentiments, so that's pretty good. This was a 12 by 12 paper that I added, and this is all that's left, so that wasn't original kit. This sticker sheet I did quite a number on, so that's pretty awesome. I didn't use any of these still, and I think it's because I want to use them all on one project together, so I have to figure that out. They are the days of the week in rubber. I didn't use this yet, but I have some ideas for it. A couple little paper pieces here still to use, another branding strip, some scraps of paper here, and this paper I added, so I used that for a couple photo mats. This paper I didn't use, but I just haven't got the right thing yet, I guess, so, and I'm not sure what side I want to use, so that's part of the problem. This I did a good number on, and this was one I added as well, which I cut out a good chunk of. I still have plenty of letter stickers, and these are some Italy embellishments that I added. Oh, there's another flare button. These are, I wasn't trying to use these either, I just thought they might work with some things. So in conclusion, I'm quite happy with the amount that I got done, and I think that this kit was super inspiring. It helped me really get going on my scrapbooking, and I'm liking the colors. I've been loving the yellow, so I'm gonna have to find more papers with yellow or design more with Wild Whisper. yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this layout share and kit share, and I think I would consider this kit nearly killed, but as I said, I plan to continue killing it in July. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
See how the sun has bleached your hair. It makes me think that you're barely there. See how the day can make you blue. It gets me thinking.